Are you ever just scrolling through Instagram and you just think, why are everyone's photos so much better than mine? Well, today we are going to change that. Chances are you clicked on this video because of the title, How to Take Better Photos, although other reasons could include my handsome face. Maybe you've got a new camera, or maybe you want a more aesthetic Instagram, or maybe you've just picked up a hobby over lockdown so that you don't go crazy. Well, I got you. This episode is going to be exactly that. We're going to look at how to stop taking photos like this and to start taking photos like this. But first, it is a beautiful day outside, and so I don't really want to be filming it in here. So we're going to film it outside. So let's grab a sofa, cue the intro, and start.
You doing push-ups?
I don't know if you heard, but I did over 100. Well, I was just starting my vlog and I thought it's much nicer outside, so...
It's nice outside.
Do you want to help me move that sofa outside?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, cool. So here we are outside. It's not quite what I imagined, it's quite windy. We are next to a busy road and we're under a big willow tree. It's important to name the things that might give you audio interference so that you as the viewer, when you hear them, you know exactly what they are and therefore they don't seem odd. So I'm just going to show you a little bit, you know, a bit of the cars, a bit of the tree, and then when you hear them, you almost don't process that they're there. Just a fun little fact for you. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about how to take better photos. We're going to go over a few simple steps and they don't include anything extra other than the phone in your pocket. And if you have a camera, feel free to use that as well. So the first thing, stop taking photos at eye level. It is so boring. We see that level every single day because it's eye level. So just experiment a little bit. Maybe take it from a little bit higher. You could do a bird's eye view. You could do a low angle. You could do a Dutch angle. There are so many different things you could do. If you want me to make a separate video on the angles and why you may want to use them to get different emotions from the audience, then put something in the comments and I'll make that. So yeah, there are so many angles you can use. So just, you know, move around, play about, experiment, and just have fun with it. As I said, there are specific reasons why one might want to use a different angle over another, but this is just the basics, so we're not going to go into that at this point. Okay, so the second step is to create depth. This is extremely important as it makes the photo come to life, and phones don't naturally capture depth very well, unlike a camera. A great way to do this is to shoot through something. Maybe it's through a mug on the table, or through a door, or through a plant. Just having something in the foreground is going to really make a massive difference. Not only will it make the photo more interesting, but it'll actually also frame your subject so it's more obvious what you want the viewer to be looking at. Okay, so next for the third step, we're going to talk about lighting. Lighting makes a huge difference, and to be honest, should probably be a video in and of itself. So again, I'm just going to cover the basics. Now, yes, lighting can include using softboxes and other lights, but what if you don't have any? Well, right now, I'm using the sun, and it's diffused by some clouds, and they are acting as my softbox. So if you're outside, that's a great option. If it's midday and the sun is quite harsh and there's some prominent shadows, then think about using those shadows to create patterns on your subject. Equally, if you have control over when you're shooting, think about shooting at golden hour. This changes throughout the season, so just Google what time golden hour is for you, but it's basically when the sun is setting or rising and everything looks, you guessed it, golden. And it is just such a magical light to use. Okay, if you're inside, window light is your best friend. That's gonna act as a layer of diffusion, much like the clouds are. So it's just gonna give you a nice natural light. So turn off the other lights in your room, because they can often be quite harsh, and position the subject near a window. Equally, you could use lamps. These are called practicals. They're lights that were already there, and you can position them to add to the scene, which segues really nicely onto my next step. Set. It is very important to think about the story you are trying to tell with your photo. For example, in this photo, I'm reading Jimi Hendrix's autobiography. Now, Jimi Hendrix, if you didn't know, is a famous guitarist. So I'm gonna have a guitar on the wall, and I want that in the corner, and that's also gonna be adding some depth to the shot. I've also got a lamp to add a little bit more light. Just taking that little bit of extra time setting up is going to massively up your photo game. That's it. It's as simple as that. You'll notice that all 4 of those steps were very, very similar. And to be honest, they all come back to just thinking about the photo a bit more carefully, stepping outside of that situation and assessing what story you want to tell and what's the best way to tell it. So, happy shooting. I can't really end a video like that, can I? Just go have fun, and I'll see you in the next video.